What's good, everybody? It's your boy Penguar here. We had a huge thing happen yesterday. For those that didn't happen to see the last video or anybody else's video covering it, Seviper did trade places with Zangoose, our first regional migration. So, if you've got a little bit, I kind of want to talk about this. So like I was saying, we had our first ever regional migration, if you will. Now, it's not a whole migration. Everything didn't change. Kangaskhan is still in Australia. Minun is still in the Eastern Hemisphere. Plusle is still on the Western Hemisphere where I live. But Seviper and Zangoose have changed. Everything else has stayed the same. As far as I know, Relicanth is still in New Zealand. Maybe that'll move. There's been a lot of rumors saying that may move. But I think this opens a lot of doors, personally, in terms of what could happen with regionals, and I think it's really crazy that actually happened. As you saw, if you saw my previous video, I was actually recording something when I saw it, and I got the notification on my phone that a Seviper had spawned in town, and that was mind-blowing. That was insane, actually. That was, like, I can't believe that actually happened. That was crazy. But Seviper is here where Zangoose used to spawn, and Zangoose is where Seviper used to spawn. So that has changed. Will they flip again eventually? Maybe. There's some people here where I live that are saying in a month or something like that, maybe we'll see Zangoose and Seviper flip again, or maybe they'll just regularly flip from here on out. But personally, as much as I kind of do believe that, I'm really hoping that this is just the start of like an actual regional migration, because that could really help a lot of just change to the game in terms of just adding that diversity aspect to catching things, especially for like non-relevant things like Mr. Mime, Kangaskhan. But like personally, I'm really happy about this because this does open up the potential to migrate regionals. So if Kangaskhan ever came to the States here, like permanently, not just as like a Cali event or Chicago Fest or some other just thing where Kangaskhan would spawn at, if it was just always here like Artoros, if it was just always here, just always, I would be more than happy, because that was one of the things out of the get-go of the game that I was really excited to get, and I couldn't get because I don't live in Australia. But I think it's really crazy. I'm really optimistic with how that happened. Obviously, it would have been nice to have an announcement, but I mean, you just don't have this moment. Like, you just don't get that moment where it just spawned just out of the blue, nowhere. It was like 7:30, I think, my time, something like that. It might have been 6:30. It doesn't matter. It was just, I was not expecting that. I was trying to get a video done, and all of a sudden I have something I need to go do. But that was insane. I'm really optimistic about it, and I really hope that it's not just Zangoose and Seviper that flip, though it'll still be cool, because that means right now we take advantage of our Sevipers, and then eventually we'll take advantage of more Zangoose, and vice versa, and they'll just keep flip-flopping back and forth. But I really hope that this is the start of a new, like, nest, or not nest, but like a regional migration, if you will. Like, let's say next flip, they flip-flop Tauros and Kangaskhan, because what I want. That's what I want. Or even, like, not even that, even just like Minun and Plusle. I mean, that's essentially the exact same thing. They're the same exact spawn locations as Zangoose and Seviper, so Minun and Plusle could flip. That could be something that could happen, which would be really cool, because then I could get my Minun, because I need those two little cuties. I'm not going to use them for a lot. I would probably just use them in Whalmer raids or Magikarp raids, where I put Minun and Plusle and then Team Pika together. But, like, it would just give us the option of having it, which is cool. Kind of like farfetch'd. Like, I'm not going to use farfetch'd at all. I don't plan to. It'll be in a level 1 raid at some point, but that's, other than that, I'm not going to use it for anything. But it's just cool to be able to get that dex entry, and it's just refreshing. It's something new. But and it was just, it's one of those things that for the longest time they guaranteed that, well, by they, I mean John Hankey in several interviews guaranteed they were never going to be moving regionals. And obviously, John Hankey and Niantic are going to do whatever they want. I mean, it's, to be honest, it's their game, so let them do what they want. But it's really, it was just awesome that nobody was expecting it. Because everyone just gets this just assumption at every new regional that happens that they're just never going to get it. And I think this switch with Seviper and Zangoose is that it's the one move that they made that suddenly opens up the potential to getting other regionals. And I'm really excited about it, especially if I don't have to just travel to this big event and just get it. If I ever get that moment where I can just get up, get out of my house, and go get a Kangaskhan, I'm going to be really excited about it. I mean, yes, once everything does come to the States and everyone has it, it kind of loses the thrill of getting the new thing. Yes. So going into it, it'll be really exciting, and then it'll kind of get to be a very just non-relevant thing eventually. But it's still just a cool aspect to know that these regionals will be rotating around, if that is what, in fact, what they're going to do. Like, let's say they, like I said, flip Tauros and Kangaskhan, or let's say, not even Cal where I live, let's say Mr. Mime and Kangaskhan switched, or farfetch'd and Kangaskhan, or farfetch'd and Mime. If those just switched locations and everything just kept rotating, I think that would be really cool, because it would just keep the pool moving, and you would never know which regional you're going to get. That would be crazy if they only did 2. If they only kept it to 2 Mons and just moved them and just swapped locations, I think that would be cool, personally. Instead of just one grand exchange, if they just picked 2 regionals and flipped them. Now, it makes sense for Zangoose and Seviper to be the first one, if that is in fact what they are doing, because they are mortal enemies or arch enemies, whatever you want to call them. They hunt each other. They constantly fight. If you read the deck entry or you know how they work, also they were split up between Ruby and Sapphire. One spawned in Sapphire, one spawned in Ruby. Same thing with Mine and Plusle. It makes sense to flip those 2 because it just doesn't make a whole lot of sense to put them together if they're going to be regionals. But like I said, I'm really optimistic that they might actually just start rotating other regionals. I'm hoping that's what happens. I hope it's not just Zangoose and Seviper. Like, I was really happy to get Seviper. It's not my favorite Gen 3, but it is because it was Jessie from Team Rocket's Pokemon in the anime. I was pretty excited to be able to get that Seviper because I'm an anime fanboy, so I was really excited to be able to get that. That was one of them. I was a little disappointed I couldn't get at the get-go, and now I was able to get a Seviper. It's kind of how I am with Kangaskhan, because I think Kangaskhan just this badass-looking kangaroo giant dude, and it's just one of my favorite Pokemon from, like, my childhood, kind of, I guess, with Kangaskhan specifically from, like, the Kangaskhan episode, but I just love Kangaskhan, and it's the same thing with Seviper, and it's just cool to be able to just get him. Like, even Mr. Mime will be kind of cool to catch for a while. Like, I don't know if I would ever use it. Like, I would be one of those things where I would just do for fun in a raid, but other than that, it wouldn't be like a competitive thing, but it would just be incredibly cool to get. I mean, yeah, like, it would just be really cool. Like, or even, like, if they completely flip Farfetch'd. Like, everyone got Farfetch'd worldwide, so that was cool. Or if they did even, and it gives even potential, to, like they did Farfetch'd, if they did more worldwide Kangaskhan, or, like, I know my mind's on Kangaskhan. If they did more worldwide regionals, other than just Farfetch'd, like, if they did a Tauros worldwide, because they haven't done anything with Tauros, other than Cali Worlds event for the TCG and the video game. They had made Unknown spawn there, and they let Kangaskhan spawn for that weekend, and then they, like, double or tripled the spawn rate of Tauros. Other than that, they haven't done anything with Tauros. I don't believe that I can remember off the top of my head. I don't know if it was at a Safari event ever, but I don't think it was. But other than that, they haven't done anything with Tauros, so maybe if they want to flip Tauros and put someone or do a worldwide event, I mean, that wouldn't benefit me, but I mean, for those of you out there outside of the United States or outside of North America that don't have a Tauros, you guys could get your Tauros if that were to happen. So it would just be really cool in that sense. You guys could get your deck entry, get a Tauros, play around with that a little bit. If you're into AR, it would give you an option to be able to hit the AR plus on that. An AR plus on a Kangaskhan would have to be pretty... I need to stop fanboying, but, like, I am overly optimistic about the fact that regionals moved locations. Fingers crossed, like I said, that it's not just Zangoose and Seviper. I feel like a lot of people are actually hoping that's not the case. There are quite a few people that seem to be under the assumption that that's the case, and I'm one of those people that do think that that might just be what it is. There are 2 new regionals that are going to flip-flop if that's just what they're going to regularly do, but it just opens the gate to it. And because they did all these regional events like Go Fest, Worlds, the Safari events where they just spawned all of these different regionals, and then they did the worldwide farfetch'd event, and now they flipped Zangoose and Seviper, so they're going to do more things with them is what I'm really excited about, because guaranteed they're going to do more things with regional Pokemon, and hopefully oh, fanboy talking, I can get my Kangaskhan. Oh my god, I'm excited about it. I'm really excited about it. As for Gen 1, that's hands down my favorite Pokemon. So I would just be overly excited about it, personally. Tell me what you guys think. Tell me what you think they're going to do with regionals, what we might see in the future, potential they could do with events, if they do another challenge event, or if they do like another something to do with just moving regionals. If you think that they might flip-flop them, like Mr. Mime with Farfetch'd, or Tauros with Kangaskhan, or Kangaskhan with Farfetch'd, or Kangaskhan with Mime, or even Relicanth with Tauros, if they're just going to keep flip-flopping things, Minun and Plusle. Tell me down there in the comments what you guys think they're going to do. I'm really happy about it. I thought it was cool. It was one of those things where I was just kind of down in the dumps, and I was really just, not, like, I loved the last holiday event, but I wasn't too impressed because of the amount of shinies we didn't get and how we only got Snorunt. And as I was, like, just about to complain to it in a video, I got the notification that Seviper spawned and was like, well, okay, Niantic, you guys win. I'm really excited about that. It was just really cool. It was really cool to happen, but tell me what you guys think. If you guys like the video, smash the thumbs up button. As always, like I've said in past videos, if you guys want to see a shiny get evolved, it's not the biggest deal in the world, but if you guys want me to evolve a shiny, like Shuppet, Duskull, any of them that I have, any golden Magikarps, I will evolve them for 50. All you got to do is hit 50 likes. That's all you got to do. Smash that thumbs up button. Hit that subscribe button if you're not subscribed yet. I will be trying to upload a video each and every day, weather permitting or just time permitting, to get videos done. I'm going to try to have more and more videos up for you, more and more content. I have been trying to cover the topics of shinies and the holiday event for the last day and a half, and things keep happening, and this whole regional flip-flop seemed a little bit more important than venting about shinies, because it is a very optimistic, positive thing that happened with the game. So tell me what you guys think about it. Did you guys get your Seviper already? Did you guys get your Zangoose already? For anyone that may be watching outside of the United States on the Eastern Hemisphere, if you guys got that already, tell me what your guys' thoughts were when you first found out that they flipped. But yeah, that's all I've really got to say. I will see you guys in the next video.